Athletes to the line. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our athletes. Five minutes. Preparation and sighting time. Start.
The Chief Range Officer has called the sighting time, which for us is the exciting time. That's exciting, for us is exciting. Now, I do believe the Just Miller fan club are here. Now, that's fair enough, but just bear in mind that there's probably about 5 Germans that will cheer louder than that. So, okay, let's just see whether or not we can get some sort of cheer off going. So, Germany, the James Miller fan club. Hey, haha. Welcome to Wales. I'll start singing in a minute and waving daffodils everywhere. Any of the James Miller fan club actually from Wales? Anyone Welsh? Okay, all right, let's narrow this down then. Anyone from Cardiff? Sort of. Okay, all right. What one of the suburbs outside, is it? Okay, is it let me, I'm gonna guess. Cowbridge, isn't it? Ah, you look like you do. Penarth. Close. Ooh. Up the Merch or somewhere. Are you sort of slightly impressed that I know places? Yeah. Do you know what? I ended up in Caroline Street like a proper legend last night. Now, for those of you who know what Caroline Street is, that's why they weren't cheering. It's thing to be proud of. Really. There we are. Do you know the rules? Do you know what's going on? Okay, all of you. Want to do this? You've got to be unbiased, though. That's the thing. You can't just cheer James on. You've got to sort of balance it across all of the finalists. So over my weekend here in Wales, despite my time that I spent, well, quite so many days actually in this city over the years, been learning my Welsh vocabulary up until this weekend. I've added another word, that's lift, because some of these signs actually help when you're walking around this rabbit warren of a building. I think there's sort of the Death Star in Star Wars, and then there's this place in terms of the amount of corridors. But I discovered that the Welsh for lift, all you have to do is add another F. Brilliant. Yeah. So now I've added that to the other words that I know in Wales, which is araf, which is slow. one word I know. Another one is Fi, which is I. And the other one that I know is Gwasanaethau, which is services, because that was the one I always just saw on the motorway. Think to yourself, well, what use is that going to be, really? Just know those words in Welsh. It's not going to get you very far, is it? Unless, of course, I ever own a lift, gets slow. Okay, so I'd be able to at least ask for someone to service it. Bye. And then sort of go Araf, lift, Gwasanaethau. See? You are. Please, can you service my slow lift? Listen to that rapturous round of applause. It's deafening. Absolutely deafening. So we'll get underway with the final in just a second, and we'll do the official introduction. Well, and then the medal ceremony will follow this particular final, and we've also got a special presentation in that medal ceremony as well. So if the James Miller's fan club wants to stick around for that, great. I also believe, are you mainly a lacrosse team? Right. Woo! And some of you get to live with James. Get the privilege. I noticed none of the girls put their hands up. We're not going to go that far. Well, enjoy yourselves, and remember, the Germans are in town, okay? They are here. You will definitely hear the German contingent. Enjoy the final, everyone.
.30 seconds. Stop, unload. Please lay down your pistols and turn to face the spectators.
Ladies and gentlemen, the organising committee of the WTSF 10-metre Championships welcomes you to the final of the men's 10-metre pistol event for the Welsh Open Championships here at Sport Wales National Centre, Cardiff. Now let's introduce our athletes for the final. On firing point A from England, the Army and England champion of this year, a World Cup finalist in Fort Benning in 2018 and reigning ish 10-metre champion. It's Christian Callahan. And on firing point B from Wales, the undisputed dance champion of Cardiff Students' Union, including the Miller Shuffle, it's James Miller. And firing point C from Germany, a finalist of the Youth Olympic Games 2018, Jan-Luca Karstedt. On firing point D from England, the current British champion and world master champion, Waldek Mijovic. And on firing point E from England, with a personal limbo record of just 12 inches, that's 30 centimetres, and a record bench press of 2 kilograms, it's Sam Gowen. On firing point F from Germany, we have a pentathlete in front of us. Now, with a pistol in his hand, it's Jonathan Mader. And on firing point G from Germany, the 2020 team medalist from the Bundesliga finals, Michael Bittner. And on firing point H from England, the English champion of 2021, Ken Darling. Clearly the darling of the crowd. The jury member in charge of this final. The darling of the crowd. The jury member in charge of this final is Mr. Paul Dunn from Wales.
And the Chief Range Officer for this final is Mr. Steve
And the Chief Range Officer for this final is Mr. Steve Pengelly from Wales. Everyone, thank you very much for your attendance. Thank you very much for coming to this final. Make plenty of noise, get behind the athletes, particularly in the latter stages of the final as into the medals. Sit back, enjoy the shooting.
Take your positions. For the first competition series, load. Start. Stop.
Well, what an interesting first series, eh? I mean, where do you start? Christian Callahan with two 10.5s, just two superb shots. Sam Gowan with a 10.4 and two 10.6s, with Michael Bittner with a 10.5, and also one of the only two shooters with a 10.8. Bittner was one of them. The other one, James Miller, with a 10.8. So here's how it stands. It's Bittner of Germany who leads the competition at the moment, but from Sam Gowan, look at the gap. It's only 0.4. It's still quite tight. It's at the final. Just look at some of those differences down the actual scoreboard. 0.1, 0.8. We'll go to the next 5-shot series. See where we are. Well, after the second series 5 shots. It's Michael Bittner of Germany, a difference of 4.1 from Christian Callahan, currently in second position. Some great shots too, a 10.6 from Bittner, a 10.6 from Callahan as well, and from Karstedt as well. But the 10.7 highest shot of the series from Miskiewicz over those last 5 shots. We now move into single shots. So here is
For the next competition shot, load. Stop.
Well, look at that. This stage of the final, when it gets to the nervy single shots, a 10.6 from Mader and a 10.4 from Karstedt. It's still Bittner who leads the competition. The difference has narrowed slightly from 4.1 down to 3.2. 0.3 Callahan and Miller, and also between Karstedt and Callahan, another 0.3. The next shot will determine 8th place. Currently at the moment, that's Ken Darling.
For the next competition shot, load. Start. Stop.
We'll have our first elimination from this final. On firing point H, finishing in 8th position, Ken. Well, look at how interesting at the top of the table. Bittner was 3.2 in front. That's now been reduced to 1.5 from Miller. Look at Callahan, though, right on his tails, only 0.2 behind. On to the next single shot, 13.
For the next competition shot, load. Start. Stop.
For that, just Bittner just showing his class. 10.6 in that last shot at this stage of the final. Superb shooting. Also from Germany, Mader with a 10.5. So the Germans really stamping their authority on this final. James Miller still in second, 2.2 behind Bittner, and Callahan in tied for third with Mader of Germany, both on 125.3. The next shot will decide 7th place. Currently, Sam Gowan.
For the next competition shot, load. Start. Stop.
Just goes to show you how things can change in in shooting. Leaving the competition in 7th place from German, Jan Luca Karstedt. What a shot from Sam Gowan to keep himself in this final, a 10.3. I don't know about you, that just felt really, really tense. So, Bittner still leads though. The difference is now 1.5. That's been 2.2. Next shot is shot 15.
For the next competition shot, load. Start. Stop.
15 shots down now into this final, and some athletes really showing their class. A 10.3 from Callahan and also from Mader. Well, it's still Bittner that leads though. The difference now 2.0 between Bittner and Mader in 3rd, Callahan in 4th, and 5th. We now move next elimination shot. That's
For the next competition shot, load. Start. Stop.
leaving the competition in 6th position on firing point E from England, Sam Gowan. That shot from Miskovic, 10.5, and a 10.4 from Bittner, who still leads the competition. The difference just slightly increased now to 2.2. James Miller in 2nd position, Mader in 3rd, 4th, and Christian Callahan. Look at that though, just 0.3, tiniest of margins. 5th position. Shot 17.
For the next competition shot, load. Start. Stop.
17 shots into this final, and perhaps some nerves starting to kick in. Have to see. Currently in danger of elimination in 5th place is Christian Callahan. Go to 18.
For the next competition shot, load. Start. Stop.
Leaving the competition in 5th place, Christian Callahan. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure drop about 30 seconds. Michael Bittner of Germany still leads. Look at the gap now, 3.7. That's a 1.2 increase from 2.5. James Miller still there in second position, Maida in third, and Miskovic in fourth. We're now into the business end of this final. Here is shot 19.
For the next competition shot, load. Start. Stop.
After 19 shots, the shot from Maida, a 10.5 at this stage of the final. Just crucial to get yourself up the scoreboard. Just 0.1 now behind James Miller in second position. It's Bittner who leads. The gap is now 3.5. That's been reduced. But Miskovic in danger of elimination, currently in fourth. It is shot place.
For the next competition shot, load. Start. Stop.
Leaving the competition just outside the medals. In fourth position, Waldek Miskovic. Michael Bittner has increased his lead from 3.5 to 8. High now, second position. Maida of Germany has crept up on James Miller. They're both tied on 155-point battle for the medal. The next two shots will decide bronze. First of all, here's shot 21.
For the next competition shot, load. Start. Stop.
Well, what a final this is shaping up to be. Look at that from Michael Bittner, a 10.8 to increase his difference from 3.8 to 4.3. James Miller now in the clear silver medal position. Maida currently in the bronze medal position. The next shot will decide the first medal of this final.
For the next competition shot, load. Start. Stop.
And we have the first medal of this final from Germany, the bronze medalist, Jonathan Maida. Well, I think Bittner really does now have the bit between his teeth. Look at this, 3.9 in front of James Miller, who's currently at medal position. I've seen some very strange things happen in shooting over my time. Let's find out as we move into the gold and silver medal in shots. Here is shot 20.
For the next competition shot, load. Start.
See what I mean, folks? See what I mean? A 10.1 from James Miller of Wales. Bittner, meanwhile, with an 8.3. It's reduced the gap to 2.1 from 3.9. This could be the last shot of the final. It could go to a shoot-off. Who knows? Let's get behind the athletes. Here's shot 24.
For the next competition shot, load. Start. Stop. Unload. Results are final.
Well, the results are final. It's a final shot of 10.1, which means the gold medalist from Germany is Michael Bittner. And the silver medalist put up a real fight from Wales, James Miller. And the bronze medalist from Germany, Jonathan Mader. This is now your chance to get a photograph of our medalists. Feel free to come up to the centre circle if you wish, or you can take pictures from where you're sat with your camera or your phone. The medal ceremony for this final will follow in just a few minutes. First of all, your medalists once again, the bronze medalist, Jonathan Mader. The silver medalist, James Miller. And the gold medalist, Michael Bittner.